Hello everyone, my name is Chip. Have you ever recognized something is fundamentally a bad idea but you've done it anyway? Maybe you put your name down for karaoke, maybe you hit snooze on your alarm, texted your ex, bothered to get out of bed in the morning, or developed an unhealthy level of romantic interest in someone who's only really shown you a basic level of human kindness. Yes, we've all made mistakes. And here's mine. Today's deck is running Persistent Petitioners, Emrakul, Tibalt's Trickery, and lands, and that's it. We can sideboard into a really bad Through the Breach deck, but that's all we have going on. And it's a bad idea. But I'm doing it anyway. And yes, here's the list. 30 Persistent Petitioners, 1 Tibalt's Trickery, 4 Emrakul, and a bunch of lands. The only way we can find the Tibalt's Trickery is to mulligan into it or draw into it. We do have some fun tools in the sideboard with Narset and Gaia Reach Sanitarium maybe locking opponents out. Cryptic Command and Mystic Sanctuary. We've got a Braid so that our Emrakul can attack even if they've got an Ensnaring Bridge. And we use Through the Breach as a different way to get Emrakul out, so we don't have to side out our Emrakuls altogether. The aim with this deck was to make it a little bit less of a glass cannon than the Cascade variants. Unfortunately, we're still glass. We are the fancy sort of glass, like a Pyrex dish that your mother used to have. But that's at the expense of also being a little bit less cannon. So I suppose we're more like a Pyrex slingshot than a glass cannon. It's not gonna go well. Let's get on with some games, hey? Okay, round 1, we've won the die roll. Let's mulligan, 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 and keep. Put a Petitioners, put the Island, put the Mystic Sanctuary back. Let's lead on a Steam Vents tapped and pass. Opponent plays a Gilt-Leaf Palace, plays an Elvish Mystic, passes to us. Draw another Persistent Petitioners. Well, we'll play Steam Vents, we will pay 2 life. We'll run out the Petitioners, pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Gilt-Leaf Palace, revealing a Dwinian's Elite. Runs out the Dwinian's Elite. Gets an Elf Warrior, and runs out a Nettle Sentinel. They've definitely got a clock, and they pass to us. Another Persistent Petitioners. Well, we're going to run it out. They're good blockers at the very least. Pass the turn there. Opponent runs out a Heritage Druid. They have all the mana in the world now. Yep, Nettle Sentinel gets to untap. Runs out another Nettle Sentinel. Yeesh. Tapping for more mana. Collected Company. Hits an Archdruid and a Realm Walker. Boy, oh boy. They're casting a Dwinian's Elite. Unfortunately, I think it's at the point where even if we did Emrakul in 2 turns, we wouldn't survive. Elvish Warmaster. Yep. That's a hell of a board. And Shaman of the Pack. All right, we're going to scoop it up there. I don't think our Through the Breach plan really does much, given how quickly they beat us there, so we'll run it back as is and hope we can get a fast Emrakul. Yes, I would like to play first. Can't keep this one. Mulligan can keep this one. Put back a Petitioners. Lead on a Scalding Tarn. Pass. Someone plays a Gilt-Leaf Palace. Reveals an Elvish Mystic. Plays the Elvish Mystic. In their end step, we're cracking the Tarn. Get a Steam Vents, tapped. Go to our turn. Play the Scalding Tarn, we'll crack it. Get ourselves an island. Run out of Petitioners. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Cavern of Souls. Naming Elf. Runs out a Dwinian's Elite. Gets themselves a 1/1 and has the Heritage Druid. Ugh. Into an Elvish Visionary. They get to draw a card and they pass the turn there. We did draw a land. I'm just going to play the Mystic Sanctuary tapped, run out another Petitioners, pass the turn there, and then plays the Peatland, has the Archdruid. Casts a Shaman of the Pack, yep, burns us down to 11. They swing in for 3. Okay, well, we'll block it. And this is the turn. Play an island, hold control, cast Persistent Petitioners, target it with Tibalt's Trickery. Okay, does it resolve? Oh look, we hit an Emrakul. We get to take an extra turn after this one. We will go to our extra turn. Top deck an Emrakul. Cool, cool, cool. Well, we're going to cast a Petitioners. Go to combat. Swing in for 15, annihilate a 6. Okay, opponent takes 15, and I think we have enough blockers. Yep, they play a Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Get themselves an Overgrown Tomb. Down to 2. Collected Company. Getting the number of permanents up. They could get us here. Couple of Shaman of the Packs would do it. Elvish Visionary. Realm Walker. Okay. They get to draw a card. Or tapping big mana. Another Archdruid. Into another Realm Walker. Okay. Certainly fighting the good fight. But unless they can block Emrakul. Yeah. Opponent scoops it up. Run it back again. I mean, they're just so aggressive we can't really do anything else. Yeah, we'll run it back like that. We got one. All right, we're going to mulligan this one, mulligan this one, mulligan this one, keep this one. Put island, persistent petitioners. We have more petitioners than we have islands, so put the other petitioner back, I guess. Opponent plays a Gilt Leaf Palace. Veils a Llanowar Elves. Runs out the elves. Passes to us. Another Mystic Sanctuary. We'll lead on the first one. Pass the turn there. So we have enough lands now. We just need another spell. We play a Pendelhaven into an Archdruid. Okay, that feels like a slower start than normal, so we might be in with a chance here. That's an Emrakul. That is the opposite of anything we ever wanted to see. We'll just play a Sanctuary, pass the turn there. All right, they play the Dwinian's Elite, get themselves an Elf Warrior. Collected Company, okay. Gets the Elvish War Master trigger. It's another Elf Warrior. To an Elvish Mystic. Okay, they have a significant amount of power on the board. What do we draw? That is a Petitioners. I think we need to play the Scalding Tarn, and I don't think there's anything we can do to survive here, but we will run out the Petitioners as a blocker just in case. Pass the turn there. Opponent casts another Dwinian's Elite, gets yet another Elf, gets 2 Elf Warriors because of the War Master. Elves is good. Another Realm Walker to a Llanowar Elves. I mean, maybe they get excited here and they tap all their elves to make a huge board. But apart from that, we are just dead. Even Emrakul can't save us here. Yeah, they're pumping up the elves. We're just going to scoop it up there. All right, they win the match, but we got 1 game. All right, we win the die roll again. This is a mulligan. This is also a mulligan. This is also a mulligan. Mulligan again. Oh, we're really hitting the fail rate here. Mulligan again. Mulligan again. We didn't hit it. Okay. Concede. Okay. If they're a Thoughtseize deck, we should have let them play it out actually. But I think we do just bring in, they're pretty sure we're the Emrakul decks. We'll take out the Trickery. Will we? Do we mind hitting any of these off a petition? I don't know. We'll start trimming down some of our petitioners. And yeah, we'll run back like that. Yes, I would like to play first. Yeah, we can keep this hand. Okay. I play a Scalding Tarn. Pass. Opponent plays a Watery Grave. Into a Mishra's Bauble. Into a Moxamber. Into an Emery. Okay, well, we have Bojuka Bogs for this. Unfortunately, they don't go at instant speed. Thopter Foundry, gross. Cracks the Bauble. Passing to us, we're going to crack the Scalding Tarn, get a Steam Vents. We're not going to pay 2 life. Go to our turn. Opponent gets to draw a card off the bauble. Another Cryptic Command. We'll run out the mountain. Just get rid of that Emery now. Pass the turn there. I suppose we should have done that during their turn. Opponent has the Nihil Spellbomb. Passes to us. Okay, well, we're choking them on mana, I guess. I think we'll just play a Mystic Sanctuary. Run out the Petitioners. They're stuck on 1 land. We've turned off their Amber. I'm pretty happy with where we are. Opponent's reading. Trying to figure out what's going on. Pass to them. They do hit their 2nd land, and they have another Emery. Ew. All right, mill a bunch more stuff. They're passing to us. Another Abrade. Okay, 2 cards in hand. If we stop in their upkeep, they can't force. They have to actually pay mana. But then they have the Moxamber, so they could. I think we Abrade now. And if they have the force, they have to have a blue card as well, don't they? Yeah, I think we have to go for it. We'll Abrade now. Cracking the Polluted Delta. Yep, gets a Snow-Covered Island. Has the Aether Gust. Okay, so we'll put it on top and we'll just pass the turn there. All right, opponent's choosing Thopter Foundry with the Emery. Casts it. Casts a Mishra's Bauble, cracks the Bauble, passes the turn. I suppose we could have milled them there. Well, we'll give it a go again. Try to Abrade that Emery. Awesome. And then we will just pass the turn there. And we need to remember we need to be trying to mill. Well, I suppose attacking would be faster until we get 4. All right, they're cracking the Nihil Spellbomb so they can draw a card. They are exiling our grave. Flooded Strand cracking, getting a Watery Grave tapped. And they're passing to us. Well, we hit a Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Play it out, go to combat, swing in for 1, and it takes it down to 15. We hold open the Gaia Reach. Think we actually prioritize Clock here, because any blue land gives us this cryptic loop. Pass the turn there. Opponent has the Urza. Yep, that's going to be a thing to deal with. Has the Bauble. They have the sword in the graveyard. They don't. Okay. As long as they don't have the sword in the graveyard. They're passing to us. Okay, they get to draw a card. What do we hit? Another Persistent Petitioners. I don't think we can afford that right now. I think we have to Gaia Reach, draw a discard, and hope we hit a blue land, which I suppose we could have done in our turn. Opponent has the Thoughtseize. Okay. Takes a Cryptic. Has an Emery. Mills 4 more. Still hasn't hit a sword. Spinning the wheel with Urza. Okay. Whir of Invention. They get to search for a 0-drop. Mishra's Bauble. Okay. Which they're cracking. Okay. And passing to us. Well, we're going to use the Gaia Reach. Draw a card, discard a card for both players. Well, we're going to discard our Petitioners, I guess. Go to our turn. All right, blue land. Lovely. They have an Ensnaring Bridge too. All right, well, we're just going to pass the turn there, I think. They play a polluted delta using Emery to cast a bauble. Okay, so they're going to cast the bauble. Yep, and now they're spinning the wheel with Urza. Okay, reveals a flooded strand. They're cracking the polluted delta. Right, getting a Mystic Sanctuary. Targeting the Whir. Okay, they crack the Mishra's bauble. And they're passing to us. So Persistent Petitioner, going to mill them for 1. Get rid of that Whir. Then we're going to activate the Gaia Reach. Both players draw and discard. We're going to discard Emrakul, shuffle it all back in, all 3 cards, and now they get to draw a card. We hit a land. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy just to pass the turn there, I think. Oh, I could run out of petitioners, couldn't I? Yeah, we'll run out of petitioners this turn off the Gaia Reach and an island. And then yes, we'll pass the turn there. Opponent plays a snow-covered swamp. It's casting a Khan. I mean, we might as well try. Return the Mystic Sanctuary to hand. Opponent has a hard cast Force of Negation. Yeah, that's very fair. Khan making constructs. Emery bringing back baubles. Oh, and now they're swinging in. Well, we will block the Urza and we will take 5. I suppose it's possible we could mill them out. Going to draw discard. I'm actually going to throw away Island here, because if we can draw it through the breach, it does certainly punish our opponents. We'll just pass the turn there. Opponent's creating another construct. Plays and cracks a polluted delta down to 11. Spins the wheel with Urza. Hits a flooded strand. Spins the wheel again. Hits a Force of Negation. They are down to 12 cards. They're down to 15 cards. Okay. They play a bauble. And now they're swinging. Frustratingly, we have to block with the Persistent Petitioners. Oh, that's so annoying. So close. I suppose we could still do it because we've got the Gaia Reach. Okay, we've blocked. We will target our opponent for the mill. That's the Sword of the Meek in the bin. Gonna target them again. Oh, we save in a damage, are we? Oh no, they can make the constructs infinitely big, I think. I think we've mucked up. We should have waited till after damage. We will see if they see it. Yep, infinitely big constructs. And we scoop it up. Okay, we win the die roll again. Don't think we can keep this one, Mulligan. Can't keep this one. Mulligan. Opponent's revealing a Loris. Mulligan again. Mulligan again. Mulligan again. Mulligan again. Okay, I suppose we'll keep everything but the Scalding Tarn to the bottom. Play a Scalding Tarn, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Lanois Reborn and passes. Well, we'll crack the Scalding Tarn, get ourselves a Steam Vents. No, we would not like to play 2 life. Go to our turn. Another Scalding Tarn. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays an Inkmoth Nexus into a Hangerback Walker. Grafts on the Hangerback Walker. Passes to us. We're going to get another Steam Vents. Tapped. Bajuka Bog. We'll play it. We're going to target ourselves in case we get an Emrakul to discard. Then we don't get 2 more lands in our deck. Opponent plays a Welding Jar, an Inkmoth Nexus, and an Arcbound Ravager, putting a counter on the Hangerback Walker. Pass in the turn. Play another Scalding Tarn. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Walking Ballista and an Arcbound Worker. Well, they're doing the modular thing. Cracks the Welding Jar. Put another counter on the Arcbound Ravager. Cracks the Hangerback Walker. They might have us. Alright, that's an 8/8 Arcbound Ravager. They swing in, hit us down to 10, and then if we crack the Scalding Tarn, we die, so we won't. Persistent Petitioners. Even if the next card is Tibalt's Trickery, we're dead. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, against this, I think we go off the Tibalt's Trickery plan. We go into the Through the Breach deck. I think we can actually get away with keeping Tibalt's Trickery in. They've got so many X spells, it could just counter whatever they're doing. Put a 0/0 into play. Yes, I would like to play first. Okay, we're going to keep this one. Opponent's still revealing the Loris. We're going to lead on Island Go. Opponent plays a Lanois Waste into an Arcbound Worker for 1. Passes to us. Well, that's an Emrakul, so we'll play Mystic Sanctuary and we just have to hit 5 lands. We'll get to our 5th land drop, rather. Opponent has the Thoughtseize. Well, that's frustrating. They take the Cryptic Command. Okay. Play a Pendelhaven and an Ancient Stirrings. So they have more hand disruption for the other Through the Breach. They swing in for 1. Down to 19. They pass to us. Narset, not bad. Play a Persistent Petitioner. Hope we start hitting runner lands here. Opponent plays an Inkmoth. Gets Loris to hand. No attacks. Passes to us. Another Petitioners. I mean, okay. We'll just pass the turn there. Suppose we could have attacked. Opponent plays a Darkbore Pathway into another Thoughtseize. I mean, we certainly gave them time for that, didn't we? It's turn 4, so they take the Narset. Interesting. Fire up the Inkmoth. Well, getting in with the old Infect, I guess. Get 2 Infect counters. And they pass to us. Oi. Come on. We're running so many lands. Well, we'll just pass the turn there. Opponent has the Ravager, fires up the Ink Moth. Yep, uses Pendlehaven, pumps it, sacks the Arcbound Worker, throwing some counters on it. Now we do not have very much time at all. Yeah, so they're going to get in, and there's nothing in the deck that saves us from this, I don't think. Really regret not putting in Ghost Quarters now. Yeah, Persistent Petitioners. We're just dead to Infect, aren't we? Yeah, okay, they got us. Didn't get to do a damn thing. All right, we lost the die roll. I'm going to keep this hand, actually. We've got land, and a bunch of spells that we can cast. We might just be able to mill someone out. Yeah, and they're red-black, so they would have had a Thoughtseize or something before we could get it to go off. So we'll lead on a Mystic Sanctuary, and we'll just pass the turn there. Opponent has another Blackcleave Cliffs into a Valky, God of Lies. Sure, take a creature, it's fine. I've got a few left over. Pass to us. Well, we're going to play a land. We're going to run out of Persistent Petitioners. Pass the turn there. All right, they got a Fatal Push. They're swinging in. I'd like to draw some more lands, please. Your request has been received and denied. Apparently, we'll run out another Persistent Petitioners. Play a Wooded Foothills. They crack it. Get themselves an Overgrown Tomb. They cascade in. No, just a Tarmogoyf. Okay. No attacks and they pass to us. Hey, we did hit a land. Well, we're going to play the island, run out of Persistent Petitioners, pass the turn there. Opponent swings in for 3. We're going to take it down to 15. Casting a Wrenn and 6. Yep, that's pretty gross. Wooded Foothills back. Plays the Wooded Foothills, cracks it. Okay. Mountain. Croxa. Yup. This is just their very polite way of saying, if you start milling us, I'm going to get a Croxa back. And if you don't mill us, I'm going to get a Croxa back. Well, we'll go to our turn. Another Persistent Petitioners. Okay. Land would have been good. Just pass the turn there. I mean, the good news is they're almost out of cards in hand. Swinging in with that Tarmogoyf, we're going to take it down to 12. Wrenn and 6 gets back the land. Wooded Foothills. They're passing to us. Hey, it's a red land. I will play a mountain, play a Persistent Petitioners. Opponent has a Fatal Push for one of them. Okay. Are they scared of us milling them 12? And then we'll run out a Persistent Petitioners. Wow, they're really afraid. Yes, I will use its ability. We have one red source. I don't think we need any more right now, so we will just get an island. Run out the other one. Pass it there, I guess. Hope we draw Tibalt's Trickery next turn. Opponent cracks and gets a Stomping Ground. They are down to 15, so Tibalt's Trickery will probably win us the game. They cast a Seasoned Pyromancer. Get one Elemental, discarding another Valky. Bloodstained Maya. They crack it. They are down to 14. Get themselves a swamp. Liliana of the Veil. And I think that's it. If they tick that up. No, they're ticking down. Okay, well, we'll sacrifice a creature. They're going to swing in for 3. We will take it. Wrenn and 6, ticking up. Passing to us. Huh. Okay. Control. Persistent Petitioners. Tibalt's Trickery. Okay. Cast the Emrakul. Okay. Emrakul resolves. Beat good old Jund. Okay, well, we will go into the sideboard plan. Go down the Persistent Petitioners. I kind of want to keep the Trickery in. I mean, what it's hitting isn't bad. It's not great, though. Probably another Persistent Petitioner would be better. I'll keep it in. Thoughtseize target for them if they get it. Okay, maybe this deck doesn't mulligan to Tibalt's Trickery. Maybe this deck just plays its honest game and hopes to draw into it. Okay, I think we can get away with this one. Opponent plays an Overgrown Tomb, untapped, Thoughtseizes us. Okay, what are you going to take, opponent? See, now they're confused. They don't understand. Did we just get lucky and hit the Emrakul? All right, they do take the Narset. They're passing to us. Oh, we hit an island. It's not bad. I think, yeah, we'll just play island and pass. Opponent plays a mountain into another Valky. Okay. They get to take a Persistent Petitioners, and they pass the turn. Steam Vents, not bad. Play the island, run out the Petitioners, pass the turn there. Opponent's bolting the Petitioners, has the Raging Ravine, swings in for 2. Okay, take it down to 18. Another Cryptic. Okay, play Steam Vents, tapped, just pass the turn there. And then if they Thoughtseize us or make us discard, we can put these cards back on top with the Mystic. Yep, opponent swings in for 2. Gets us down to 16. Plays a Blood Crypt, casts a Boil, and that'll probably do it, folks. Well, we'll let it go. Play Steam Vents, tapped, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Bloodstained Mire, cracks it, gets a Mountain, firing up the Raging Ravine. Okay, swinging in for 5. 5. So we are dead in 4 turns. 3 turns because of the Raging Ravine. They could play a Bolt or something as well. Well, Mystic Sanctuary enters tapped, unfortunately, so we'll just pass the turn there. They play a Nurturing Peatland. We fire up the Raging Ravine, down to 3. We didn't draw a land, which means we're dead, unfortunately. Scoop it up. In sideboarding, do we keep it the same? Go back to the Trickery? Yeah, we'll keep it the same. Unfortunately, Boil hurts a lot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of lands that aren't island. Okay, we might be okay. We just need to not crack our fetches until we need them. Yes, I would like to go first. Yeah, I'll keep this one. Play a Steam Vents tapped. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Raging Ravine. Okay, passes to us. I'm gonna play a Desolate Lighthouse into a Persistent Petitioners and hope they don't have hand hate. And it has the Blackcleave Cliffs, has a Renin 6, but no lands that go to the graveyard. Okay, we can keep that at parity with our Narset. Cryptic Command, not bad at all. Well, Island, Narset, go to combat. We're gonna attack the Renin 6. They have to tick down to deal damage to Narset with it. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Bloodstained Mire, has a very small Tarmogoyf. Ticking up the Renin 6 without cracking the Bloodstained Mire first. Interesting. Passes to us. Scalding Tarn. Pretty happy to play the Gaia Reach out here. Do we attack the Wren? If we attack the Wren, they crack the Bloodstained Mire. They block with the Tarmogoyf. And then we have a tapped creature they can attack our Narset pretty freely. So we don't attack the Wren this turn. They're cracking the Bloodstained Mire for an Overgrown Tomb. Go to the upkeep. Well, let's see if we can pull this off. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Each player draws a card, discards a card. We're going to discard a... Is it Mountain? Or Persistent Petitioners? We'll go Persistent Petitioners because they're running Boils. Okay. Opponent doesn't get to draw. They play a Swamp. Boil. Boil hurts, but it's not bad. Okay. You boiled us. You blew up 2 lands. Now you're swinging at the Narset. Okay. Okay, take it this time. And they're shooting it with Wren. Okay, well, we'll play a Mountain. Very frustrating. We'll attack the Wren down to 2. Pass to our opponent. Use the Gaia Reach again. We're going to discard a Gaia Reach. We did hit it through the breach. Okay, opponent ticks up the Wren. Plays the Verdant Catacombs. Into a Bloodbraid Elf. What are they cascading into? Lightning Bolt. Okay, bolts the Petitioners. Gets the Bloodbraid Elf. Swings in. Kills Narset. Hits us down to 17. Passes to us. Play a Mystic Sanctuary, pass the turn there. Hope we can dodge hand hate. Opponent's cracking fetches. We want to hit our Emrakul, or heck, even Tibalt's Trickery probably wouldn't be too bad. Engineered Explosives for 0. Okay, cracking it just to pump up the Tarmogoyf. Swings in for 8. Okay, so this is the turn. We want to draw the Emrakul this turn. And even then, it's unlikely we win. Okay, both players draw and discard. Well, I guess we'll discard our Scalding Tarn. Go to our turn. Come on, Emrakul. Nope. Okay, they got us. Nothing we can do about that. All right, we've won the die roll. Think we'll mulligan. We will mulligan again. Bye-bye. Mulligan again. Mulligan again. I'm gonna keep at this point. Put a Persistent Petitioners, Persistent Petitioners, Persistent Petitioners. Keep this hand. Lead on island. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Passes to us. Hidden Emrakul. Well, we'll play the Gaia Reach. Pass the turn, I think. Oh no, we'll run out the Petitioners, I think. Opponent plays a Blackcleave Cliffs. Into a Stomp on our face. Okay, down to 18. They pass to us. Another Emrakul. Well, we'll play the Mystic Sanctuary. Swing in for 1. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Blackcleave Cliffs. Violent Outburst. Cascades. Into Valky. Right. Oh dear. They exile the top card of our library. They hit a Persistent Petitioners. Pass to us. We hit a Persistent Petitioners. Okay. Well, we'll go to combat. Attack Tibalt. Use the Gaia Reach now. We do hit a Bog. Okay. We'll discard an Emrakul. Shuffle our own graveyard in. We're going to play the Bog. We'll target their graveyard. And we'll run it back like that. Alright, they play a Stomping Ground. Tapped. Tibalt ticks up. They hit a Persistent Petitioners. And a Demonic Dread of theirs. They're casting a Seasoned Pyromancer, discarding another Valky, a Wooded Foothills. They get themselves an Elemental token. They're passing to us. Another Persistent Petitioners. Okay, wow. Run out 1, run out 2, pass the turn there. So they can ultimate the Tibalt, but it doesn't do anything. They can start ticking down and exiling our creatures, or they can keep ticking up and maybe hit Tibalt's Trickery. All right, they're exiling the top card. They hit the Tibalt's Trickery and we scoop it up. Yeah, I mean, it was bound to happen eventually. I think we'll go for the transition here. We'll even take the Trickery out. Run it back like that. Yes, I would like to play first. Yeah, I'm going to keep this hand. All right, well, we're going to lead on a Scalding Tarn and pass. Our opponent's mulligan to 6. Opponent plays a Blood Crypt. Passes. We're going to crack the Scalding Tarn, get a Steam Vents, tapped, play a Mountain, run out of Persistent Petitioners, pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Forest. Simian Spirit Guide. This is into a Demonic Dread, which gets them a Valky, which transforms into a Tibalt. Exile our top card. They hit an island and a Bone Crusher Giant. They pass to us. That's an Emrakul. Okay. Desolate Lighthouse. Run out of Persistent Petitioners. We're going to start swinging at Tibalt. Hopefully they don't have anything that can deal with our hand. Should probably start attacking them, really. Get their life total low. Yeah, that would have been an idea, wouldn't it? So we would have swung for 1. Next turn swing for 2. And then the next turn Emrakul swing for lethal. Yeah, that would have been the move. All right, they crack the Wooded Foothills. Get a Blood Crypt. Untapped, down to 17. Liliana, okay. Annoying, but okay. You're going to tick up or down? Okay, they're ticking up. Think we have to go for Mountain here. Oh, now they're ticking down with Tibalt. Passing, play the island, go to combat, have to attack Liliana here, I'm afraid. And if we draw an untapped land next turn, we can Emrakul them. All right, they play our Wooded Foothills. They take an Abrade off the top of our library. Okay, they're going to kill our Petitioners with it. Each player discards a card with Liliana. Discard a Petitioners. Bone Crusher Giant, yeah. Cracks the Wooded Foothills, gets a Stomping Ground, tapped. Passes the turn there. Come on, untapped land. Another Through the Breach is not an untapped land, but you know what? It's not terrible. I think we just passed the turn there. They exile the top card. It was a Persistent Petitioners. Okay. They hit a Chandra Torture Defiance off theirs. Their top decks are a lot better than ours. I'm noticing a trend. All right. Each player discards a card. Has to be a Through the Breach. They're hitting our Persistent Petitioners. Okay. They swing in for 4. Okay. Now the question is, do we Desolate Lighthouse or not? Because if we hit an untapped land, then we're going to regret it. If we don't hit an untapped land, then it's good. There's more Petitioners in the deck than anything else. Let's go. Okay, cool. Get rid of that Petitioners. Go to our turn. What do we hit? That is a Bajuka Bog, which is a tapped land, unfortunately, which I think means we have to hold. We'll use the Desolate Lighthouse now. Get rid of the Petitioners. If we play the Bajuka Bog, the Liliana will tick up and take either Through the Breach or Emrakul, so we're just going to wait. Frustratingly enough. Come on, we can do this. We can win this one. Ticking up the Chandra. We're down to 13. Exile the top card of our library. Mystic Sanctuary that would have entered tapped, I believe. Yeah, okay, it would have entered tapped. So actually that did us a favor. Takes a tap land off the top. Each player discards a card. Get rid of our Bog. Hope they don't have another Liliana. They play our Mystic Sanctuary from exile. Okay. Doesn't really do anything for you, does it? Suppose it is just another land. If I can Through the Breach the Emrakul, I would be so happy. Tap and mana. Oh, they've got a discard card. Okay. Well, we'll discard Emrakul. Shuffle everything back in, I guess. That's frustrating. We just wanted them to miss it. They swing in for 4. Chandra's going to hit us for 2. Hey. All right, go to our turn. Liliana ultimates, taps half our lands. Unfortunately, we're pretty dead. Yeah, that's the way it's crumbled. They're just going to Liliana ultimate, take half our lands away. Probably separate blue with the other 2. And we can't do anything. And they hit us for 6, we're down to 1, and then they've only got to deal 1 damage to us, and they've got a bajillion ways to do that. So yeah, that's it, I'm afraid. We didn't get there. Alrighty, the Persistent Trickery deck. I think we need to learn how to play with the Persistent Petitioners a bit more, because we could have potentially won 1 more game against Urza if we had not missequenced our milling. Then they wouldn't have hit us for infinite, and they probably would have been dead the turn afterwards. The Tibalt's Trickery thing is a bit of fun, but it's not as consistent as some of the Cascade builds. We definitely have a bit more game outside of that. But yeah, Modern's doing a lot of funky things, isn't it? Like you've got the Tibalt doing stuff. Like the reason we conceded to the Tibalt is even though we would have had enough practitioners in that game to start milling them for 12 a turn, they could have ultimated the Tibalt, and all we've done is give them an extra 12 cards in their hand, which... That's disgusting. I do like the sideboard into the Through the Breach plan. And some games just, unfortunately, we just didn't hit lands. And we are running, I think, is it 25 lands? And we still just couldn't hit them consistently enough, which is mighty frustrating, to put it kindly. That said, I don't hate it. I actually had fun playing, which is nice. I just really wanted to play a different Tibalt's Trickery than what other people were doing before the card gets banned or something in the format changes around it. But yeah, look, it's not a good deck.
Not gonna lie, but it's fun. I hope you've all enjoyed the video, and until next time, have fun.